We have to now talk about your pen. When did you begin writing for other people?
I've had it very difficult, and I was forced to write for other people because when rhythms became a big thing in soca, multiple people on a rhythm, and that was the only way to go. Nobody was really doing singles, and because I wasn't a big enough name, if I did do a single, nobody would really pay it any mind. So, Brethren, put me on your rhythm now. Nah. Brethren, put me on your rhythm, please. Nah. And it was a bunch of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. I have friends who could produce. I have friends who could mix and master. And I sure I could write. So I attempted to do a project of my own and put myself on it as an artist.
Okay.
You know? So I always said nothing bad happens to me, man. That was just a lesson. That just happened to show me that, hey, you could do your own projects.
Yeah.
Because if they did indeed put me on their projects, I probably would never attempt a project of my own.
Yeah.
So that was a blessing in disguise, you know?
Yeah.
I attempted to do my first project with my brethren Friction, and it worked. You know what I mean? That project is the Spanish Fly rhythm.
I remember Spanish.
Yeah, Patrice Roberts, a Little Wine. Right? Myself in Life for the Party, and Daniel Vera and Ricardo Drew, rest in peace. And we put that project out. You know, I wrote all 4 songs on the rhythm, and Patrice's song blew up, and my song had a little vibe, got me some attention, and I couldn't ask for anything more.
Okay.
We built from there, you know, to where we are now.
But then how did you get the introduction to Patrice? Because since then, you guys have done a number of collaborations.
God, man. God put me in the right place at the right time. I'm naturally a shy person. I don't like
Really?
Yeah, man. Performing is work, and I love it. So you have to do what you have to do. But to like say, walk up to some people actually misunderstand that for me being like standoffish or whatever. You know, but I just afraid people. You know what I'm saying? I'm naturally a shy person. So, but anyway, it was in Trinidad. I was at this television station called Synergy. And we both were being interviewed, and she was sitting across from me on her phone. And in my head, I started thinking already about doing these projects on my own. And I was like, wow, that's Patrice. If I could get Patrice on a rhythm, that'd be great. So, bro, I was scared out of my life, but I went over to her. I was like, hi, Patrice, my name is Problem, blah, blah, blah. If I wrote you a song, would you sing it? And she got off her phone. She was like, sure, if I like it, I'll do it.
Okay.
And in my mind, I was like, yeah, right. She just telling me that. She blowing me off. But we exchanged, I think, was it BBM them days, boy? Blackberry?
Sure. What have been?
Something.
BBM.
We exchanged some form of contact with each other. And I couldn't believe she actually gave it to me. But then I went back to New York and I wrote the song. And she said she liked it. And she said, I'm going to record it. And in my mind, I'm like, yeah, all right. And then she called me the night or sent me a message and said, I go in studio now to record it. And all then I'm still like, yeah, all right. I expected to hear, I went studio and current gone, or I had to do another song and I couldn't do yours.
I know them ways.
But about 2.5 hours or thereabout after, she sent me the recording, the demo. Bro, I couldn't believe it. And what was crazy to me and what was most amazing was what she did with what I sent her. She made it her own. And when I heard her vocals, what stood out to me was, bro, I can't sing like her, but when I was doing the demo, this is how I heard it in my head. And she delivered it exactly how I wanted it to sound. I was like, what? She did it just like this is how it's supposed to sound. And then I messaged Friction. I started jumping up on the bed. That was like 2 in the morning. I ain't gonna lie, because that was the time she was finished. I messaged Friction and he got excited too. And I started listening to this thing over and over and over. Couldn't believe that Patrice actually recorded something that I wrote. And when I checked the time, it was like 7:15. So I stayed up from like 2:30 or thereabout, listening to this thing until 7 o'clock in the morning, bro. So that's how I started writing for Patrice, and that's how I started writing on a whole.
That's crazy. I could imagine what I felt like for the first time, and then after that,
I would
recommendations.
never forget that, man. And then we just started working together, and we just put out a bunch of other hits after that.
Listen, you guys have a song, All the Way. That's also up there for me. And I don't think it's a song that's ever been in heavy rotation here. But it was on Problem is a Problem, the album you did with The House.
Yeah. That's a house.
Yeah.
That's the humble beginnings.
Yeah. That
Yeah, we have a bunch of songs together that didn't really do what I think
Yeah.
should have happened, didn't happen. But you know what I'm saying? That's the nature of music. You know, not everything is gonna resonate. Sometimes it's marketing, sometimes it doesn't fall on the right ears.
Yeah, but that song, I think that song was beautifully done.
Thank you.
I think
thank
it
you.
was you walk into a cooler party, right? Yes.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then, what a finding
As a wandering stranger, I end up in a cooler party.
Yeah, I love.
You know what you're talking about.
Love that song, and I never heard it in heavy rotation. I was like, boy,
Yeah.
that song really could have done more than it did.